This year, for the first time, 84 young people aged between 19 and 25 from 28 European countries, including accession states, took part in the European Youth Summit, Shaping the Future. 4 proposals on the theme of employment were voted for during the summit. Proposals that will be presented to the leaders of Europe.
Standardize European business regulations according to best practice. In other words, have a uniform white book for requirements, legal requirements for businesses.
The aim of the summit is to create a European forum where young people can express their concerns and have a real impact on European decision-making.
I think the European Youth Summit is important mainly for one reason, and that is giving young people in Europe a true voice.
3 delegates were chosen to represent their country from the hundreds who applied. The rigorous selection process was designed to ensure a representative cross-section of youth in Europe. To break the ice, the delegates were invited on arrival to an informal welcome dinner. This gave them the chance to find out more about each other's backgrounds and aspirations.
It's very important to have this youth summit to give the microphone to the young people so they'll have a chance to say what's on their minds. And to have Turkey in it has been so important as well, because Turkey cannot be neglected from Europe's future.
As part of their visit to Belgium, the delegates had the chance to visit Bruges before participating in a seminar on media training at the College of Europe. The training program was aimed at giving this group of young people a real understanding of how the world of the media functions. Also to equip them with the vital skills needed to deal with the press, both during the summit and on their return to their countries.
The media training of today is going to be so important for me, because when I go back home I'll be able to communicate with the press, and hoping that I will be a part of the politics of my country in the future, this is going to come in very handy.
Back in Brussels, some of the delegates went along to Bruxelles, a Brussels-based anti-globalist group. It was a chance for them to sharpen their debating skills, gain a different perception, and in some cases, broaden their horizons.
If we can get together, we can actually make one voice, and we can actually participate in the decision-making.
The next day at the European Parliament, the delegates got up early to have a last chance over breakfast to discuss employment issues, the theme of this year's debate. A moment is taken out from the busy schedule to catch the group on photo before they head off to their respective workshops. There they'll discuss 4 issues: what future for European employment, talent, supply and demand, lifelong learning, and entrepreneurship. The proposals from the workshops were debated in the European Parliament. The best 4 were presented as the official Shaping the Future proposals.
We certainly hope that you young people will be listened to at Laeken. Time will tell, of course, but we'll be watching, I'm sure you'll be watching very closely. And ministers of government, you have been warned.
It was very interesting because there was a lot of interchange of ideas. So while we thought we had built up positions over the time, we found that there was still a lot of discussion going on. And I think that's very much a result of the fact that there are so many different cultures and different people over here that it's so difficult to get an opinion through. And I think it really gave us a good idea of what decision-making on a European level is all about.
Press interest in the summit was high. A lot of the candidates found themselves in front of the cameras and on air sooner than they'd expected.
But I don't only have one home, and that's where we are lucky. We have 2 homes. We have our own country, and we have Europe.
It is so easy to give lip service to young people and say, yes, young people know quite a bit, they can do this, they can do that, but then not to listen to it when it matters. The European Youth Summit is a vehicle to actually get a voice of a European youth and take it to a place where that voice matters.
The European Parliament was theirs for a day to challenge the powers that be. Shaping the Future gives a voice to tomorrow's Europe.